You know, I wasn't so sure what to think about Andrew Jones and his accomplishments. Um, but you know, I I can understand why that they probably don't put him in the Hall of Fame based on. I couldn't believe this, but you know, he he had a career average of 254 lifetime. And I looked up Dale Murphy to kind of compare him to somebody else instead of just bringing up Chipper. Dale Murphy, if you include his Braves career, which he probably had, eh, he probably had about 1,500 hits, 1,600 hits, maybe even 1,700, but he got probably about 300 or 400 more playing for other teams or the Phillies. Um, but I couldn't believe that here you've got Freddie Freeman, who's played with Atlanta, for the better part of almost 12 years. And Dale Murphy retired in about 13 years. So you've got, multiple other avenues. But one thing that to look at, but one thing I found was kind of weird is the fact that, Andrew Jones and Dale Murphy both have more hits than Freddie Freeman. Now, um, Dale Murphy's batting average was like 285 or 295, something like that, I think. But like I said, it was like, you know, you've got Dale Murphy who's only got 2,100 and some hits. And here you got Freddie who's 32 and is probably looking at something small if he gets an offer. He'd probably, you know, and he doesn't hit all that well. Like I said, I mean Freddie's kind of like, and for a long time I compared him to Chipper, but Dale Murphy has even got more. And I mean, I know he's an outfielder. I looked it up. Yeah, but Fred McGriff, if you want to say, well, there's first baseman. I mean, he played for 13, 14 years as well, something like that, or close to it. He had over 2,000 hits, I know. I don't know exactly the number, but I know there's over 2,000 hits, and you ain't even got him in the Hall of Fame. But I could see why they probably wouldn't put Andrew Jones in the Major League Baseball Hall of Fame. I mean, if you had it for just center fielders, and in their peak years, I mean, you could not argue with Andrew Jones. But overall, batting average and everything, no. In plus the fact that he just kept getting worse. The Braves obviously did the right thing. And I couldn't believe Bobby and them let him play out there struggling. Like his last good year was 2005. That right there, that's the year that he had that blew most people away. Hang on just a minute. I'm gonna turn this heat on. Hang on. But No, it kind of does shock me that it looks like Freddie is not even going to be able to play long enough to equal Chipper's his hits at all, and not even enough at this point to go above Dale Murphy, who's got less than he's got about 800 less than um, uh, Chipper. Oh Lord. But anyway, no, that surprised me. But no, we finally got to go out today. I got to pay my bill, and then my wife's phone bill. Went out shopping. Did some other small stuff. Got some bought some gravy to make some mashed potatoes later on, and got got a couple things for the house, some soap, shampoo, and things of that nature. But no, yeah, it just and so far there has been no update on Freddie Freeman. But that's what I'm saying. I'm out. It's scaring me a little bit. And Freddie, man, unless he just booms out, out of nowhere and starts hitting 35, 40 homers, maybe even 45 to 50 homers in a couple of years. I don't see him getting, unless he just gets hot, like not just medium hot, not just a little bit hot, but really, really hot. Maybe even goes on a 25, 30 game hitting streak. Does something that he's not done before and really puts it together. Because he's good first baseman. He's good at that. And I like his son. His son doesn't seem to be a bad kid at all. The times I've seen him on camera. But it's sad that we're at this point, and I don't even know. Hell, they won't retire. They won't even retire. The Braves won't even retire Andrew Jones's number. But yet, Dale Murphy's retired. Bobby Cox. And Bobby, you make an argument for him, I guess, because he's under his leadership, he won a lot of games. But you're not even. I can understand not, like I said, Andrew Jones. I can understand not going into the MLB Hall of Fame. But the Braves should retire number 25. You're never going to get that good center fielder ever again. Ever. And, they wasn't but a few of those good ones back in the 80s, 90s, 70s, 60s, or whatever. There'd be a few of them. A few players that would exceed expectations. But I don't know that, at this point that you can make a good argument for the fact, that these other Braves deserve to be included in the Hall of Fame for MLB. If you start letting people that barely hits over 250 in, you're really going to be in deep water. Even with the Gold Gloves of Andrew Jones, and even with Freddie Freeman's, shabby, but an okay status. Is not like groundbreaking or nothing, but he's just like I said, and a lot of people used to get mad at me, but I said he was a below average offensive player. At times he gets hot. Like I said, there's times like in the World Series, he just happened to get hot. He did things, he hit homers, He got base hits. But there's a lot of times either he gets hurt or something else happens. Or maybe, he's just always in one of these slumps. But, it is what it is. But I've been trying to keep, I thought today Buster Posey's thing was going to get announced, but I still haven't seen it yet. I'm still waiting. Maybe they're talking about Monday. I thought they said today. But I don't know, man. I don't want to come off, like in a bad way, like I'm just shitting on everything, but really, you got to be honest. I mean, Freddie Freeman might have a World Series ring and all that, but he's not going to get even close to Chipper at this point, or even Dale Murphy right now. And Dale Murphy, the other night when he was on MLB Network, and they've run this thing into the ground now. They're talking about Atlanta. They're all, they're not thrilled, but I mean, they don't have no choice to talk about it. I know John Smoltz is happy, but I could tell this really bothers him to talk about the Braves. I mean, Lord, just about any other team, one of the regular teams, the Giants or one of the other ones, they'd be all over it. But no, unfortunately, I don't really see. That might be why. That's probably the reason why. Because although Freddie's a good defensive player, he's not really that good of offensive player. And like I said, he's missed time with stupid injuries such as that wrist stuff, where he won't get his big fat ass out of the way. And he won't, he just stands there in that damn crouch position with his arm and wrist kind of dove out there like some idiot. But it's just there's things like I said. He gets hot and then he gets cold, and then he gets, you kind of, every once in a while you do get a cold spell, but usually you always come out of it better in the long term. It's not one of those off and on things. It's once you've had that cold spell, you don't usually want to try not to experience that again. So, like I said, it's, it's a lot of different, things. I've been checking out. Also been checking out old World Series games. Listening to some Jim Cornette. My wife's on an errand run right now. She went to go get some milk and things, I think. I told her about some milk. I hope she got. But told her to go down to Dollar Tree. But no, I didn't even go. She brought up Hazel, and I didn't even want to think about it because I was like, yeah, okay, But yeah, Sethra didn't even call me for a pickup time, but they showed up. I mean, it's probably about almost 12:30. I've been home for about a little over an hour. It didn't take me about probably 25, 30 minutes to go in there and get my shit, get out. Probably a little less, I don't know. But, I just go in and get my stuff and get out, I don't really fool with anything. But, yeah, there's not really much to talk about. Like I said, I'm on Spotify. I listen to some music. I've got a thing on OkCupid for me and my wife. I've got, I've got all of us stuff out there. I was hoping, that since the Braves won, that might be some good luck. It might turn turn our luck around on this unicorn thing, and hopefully, maybe we find us a Brave fan or somebody that, at least wouldn't mind to watch it with us, and get somebody that was not as hard or not as much into the drama stuff. Somebody simple and easy. Just cause, just like I told my wife, just cause a woman looks pretty on the outside doesn't mean that's what she is on the inside. And I've been kind of going over a few things with my wife, trying to tell her just try to be careful and try not, just take everybody's word, and when you meet somebody, it's not always the best. And I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that about me. I mean, I'm about as trustworthy as you get. My wife's about as good as you get. Everybody, like I said, everybody tells a little white lie once in a while. But as far as, being down to earth about things and what's happened in our lives, they ain't nothing to hide. I mean, everybody's had little bumps in the road or slip ups once in a while. But, uh, we just have just been doing our own stuff, trying to leave everybody else alone. She went to church the other night, and and stuff. She writes this one guy, this one pastor she writes to every once in a while. He'll write her, somebody out in Texas or somewhere writes her. But other than that, we don't really do much. We just try to do the simple things. Like I say, we don't work. We don't party hardy. We're not into anything heavy, but if somebody out here, whether it's one of our subscribers or just somebody sees one of our videos, if you thought somebody might fit what we was looking for, we'd welcome it, But like I said, I don't trust, that'd be the case, I'd more be willing to see somebody up close here in Decatur, Tennessee, up close in person. But no, just gonna probably be here and watch some TV. We didn't even go out to eat today. We're just going to eat at home. It saves money. Plus, like I said, we had some stuff on the list we really need to get. We ain't been out almost a whole month. But, I mean, if y'all just, if there's just anybody legit on here, if you're a lady in your 20s and 30s and you want to be our unicorn bestie and you want to be part of our lives and be, basically our piece of our family, basically, all you gotta do is just text us, send a nice picture. Like I said, we're looking for anybody from slim to average body type, any color, it's fine. I'm not too crazy about tattoos, but a few would be fine if it's not too over the top. I'm not much. Me and my wife's not much into tongue piercings or nose piercings or things like that. It's stupid. But just somebody likes the Braves, likes a little bit of wrestling, likes some movies, likes to go shopping. Likes to cuddle, likes to maybe occasionally, if you're one of them real laid back chicks, maybe you'd like to make out with us now and again. Whenever we do it, we don't do it that often, so it's not like that's what we're after. But it'd just be fun to have somebody who likes our music. We like country, classic rock, pop, hip hop, a little bit of rap, a little bit of everything. but it's mostly 80s, 90s, early 2000s on the rap and hip hop. Uh, I'm not just into anybody, but classic rock, anything from 50s on up to around 80s into the 90s. Pop, 80s to early 2000s stuff, those eras. But no, I don't. We don't do a lot of stuff on here. Um, as far as you know, and we don't have our phones up our butt, so we don't do any apps or anything like that. But if you're a lady out there and you're like us, and you want somebody to fill that empty spot in your life, if you've got a special place in your heart and you're a good person out and in, or in and out, however you want to say it, you know, then you can get a hold of us. Our numbers are in our other videos. I really don't like to try to put it out here because we get a lot of negative feedback sometimes from other folks. And we at one time got somebody on here that was just trying to cause trouble, trying to be a racist, and I wasn't in favor of that because I'm not going to do that, and be racist. It's not right. Can't help what you look like on exactly your color and everything else. You're born the way you're born. But no, I'm just gonna kind of come out here, talk about the Braves a little bit, you know. But just look at our videos. We've got, like I said, we got a ring and got all kinds of things picked out. A nice 10 karat gold ring. But just in case, me and my wife was to maybe run into something like this. Um, our numbers are 423 589 9263 is her number, Jessica. My number is 423 589 9264. Derek. So, but anyway, we don't do codes, we don't do cards, we don't do anything like that. We'll show our picture IDs or photo IDs in person only. We're not going to sit there and take 50 pictures or 100 pictures, of IDs, front and back, and all that jazz when we could do that in person. We're old fashioned, and my wife. We're not like all these new people and people trying to get us to change. It's not going to happen. I know there's something out there. I know that it may not be off here, but it may happen at any moment, any day. Sometimes there's good things that happen to people who are patient, who wait, and we've been on this now ever since really for 3 or 4 years now. But the last person we had up here, she's been gone almost 10 months now. Not quite, but almost. So I mean, it could be about that time again. Hopefully, this time, we'll get where we need to get to, and it'll be somebody that wants this. Like I said, we're not no eye candy. We're not no, and my wife's not no model, but I know somebody that looks just as nice. I mean, she looks nice compared to a lot of people I've put my eyes on at times. But I mean, and before I met her, she, used to be a cheerleader. She really looked pretty good then, but she's put on a little bit, and weight wise, and she's got her own look. I've been with her 10 years. I wouldn't give her up for nothing. Don't get me wrong. It's just, she misses being like she used to be, and so it's just. I mean, she's not terrible. Overweight's just things change, from what you once was. Just like me. But no, probably here in just a few minutes, I'll probably get off here and see about my wife coming back home. Oddly enough, she ain't called me. I don't know. I don't know if she took her phone with her. No. I just now looked under the table. She didn't take her phone, so I guess I'll just have to play by ear, I guess, or look out the window for her. But anyway, me and her try not to take her phone. She took her phone today, and she actually called mine earlier. Thought I had mine on me, and I didn't. I don't feel the need to have it because there's not much, hardly ever any time you need it. We just mainly use it for emergency, and she might have somebody from church, text her or something. Like the other night, she tried to get a ride, but I don't think anybody responded. Yeah, I think she said ended up walking out there. But like I said, I don't hold a gun to her head and tell her she has to go to church and vice versa. She doesn't, she knows that she wants to stay home all the time. She can stay home all the time. She might go once in a while and just feel led to go to it. But it's like I told her, I can talk about religion and I can talk politics and I can talk about things without most people without her getting her butt hurt because she understands what I've been through and vice versa. Most of the people I lay my eyes on today or have here in the last year and a half or 2 years, it's been people it's just not fit. They got too much stuff, kids. I like kids, but I like them a certain way. I like them to be well mannered. I don't like them to be unruly and just, all that stuff. And, then people try and tell me or my wife how to do this or how to be. We grew up in the last portion of what was, and I'm not like I'm going to tell this out here while I'm out here. I'm not trying to say you should bust your kid's butt for every little thing. But what I am saying, and for God's sakes, not for having to go to the bathroom. I mean, I find a problem with that. My wife is trying to tell me about that the other night, and she went, I don't approve of whooping kids for trying to go to the bathroom. If they're trying to tell you they need to go to the bathroom, you need to try to help them to the bathroom. I don't know how old this kid was, but, the lady was a little unruly. My wife said she kind of tried to grab at him and everything. But anyway, I'm going to try to get off here. I think she's supposed to come home, so I'll probably see y'all sometime later. All right.